All right. So just to cover some bases, if people were lost on the last live me and Allie did about 333 Snaps Ferry Road and 375 Snaps Ferry Road. Now, the whole reason it was, an issue is because it was said, and there was different websites that said that Gene Wishon, who is 423 Chase's brother, Brad Wishon, his brother Gene Wishon lived at 333 Snaps Ferry Road. The same time Andy Bernard and Jody Sue lived there, allegedly. But after calling all these officials at Sullivan County, we came to, I guess, information that said that Gene Wishon actually lived at a Fort Henry Drive address at the time that Andy and Jody Sue lived there in 2009. Now, that doesn't mean that they didn't live there together or at the same time in other years, either prior or previous. But moving on past that, we found a different problem. So we found that 375 and 333 Snaps Ferry Road are two different addresses as far as 911 zoning goes. So there's another address that this problem arises at, and it is 101 Ben Hill Road. First off, thank you to Chasing Truth for finding this and doing this community post. You can find it, I think it's the community post before the most recent one she did. But 101 Ben Hill Road does not come up on Tennessee Property Viewer, but you can find it on Google Maps just like 375 Snaps Ferry Road. There's a reason that 101 Ben Hill Road sounds familiar. Now, if you're looking at this is Blue Roof Don or Don Chambers' house. This is the neighbor that was with the boys on June 15th when Summer went missing. Jody Sue tried to take credit as being this neighbor, but it was not her, it was Don Chambers. This is where 101 Ben Hill Road sounds familiar from. So this is from the Rogersville Review. This says, they found one truck over on I-81 and 36 or something like that, and the license plate was removed. So they ran the VIN and it come back to 101 Ben Hill. There's not even a 101 Ben Hill down here. So they wrote that off as it pretty much lost. Because they didn't run into nothing. They didn't track down nobody or nothing, I guess Candace Wells said. But as you remember, it's just like 375 Snaps Ferry Road. It doesn't show up on the Tennessee Property Viewer, but it shows up on Google Maps. And again, this is from the Rogersville Review, and this is what Candace said very early on in July. And the second part of this says, and there was another truck that they found alongside the road, ladder racks on it, and it wasn't the truck. They said, half the time they told me it was a Nissan. Half the time they told me Toyota. I don't know what the truck is. Who witnessed the truck? I don't know that either. No clue. I keep telling people I wish I knew what happened, Candace said. So this is where 101 Ben Hill comes up. But, I mean, this all falls together quite well as to what we were talking about on the other live. I hope y'all are following this, and I hope it's making sense. So another part of this same article, as the other two paragraphs we read about 101 Ben Hill, it says both parents had brought up the red or maroon 1998 to 2000 Toyota Tacoma pickup. whose owner law enforcement was seeking to question as a witness. We really need help finding this red pickup truck with ladder racks. Wells posted on Facebook July 8th. Not sure of make, maybe Toyota. Not the one pictured, but something like it. I just found out that it was parked at the bottom of our driveway around the time of Summer's disappearance. Please help us locate this truck. It did have buckets in the back. And then the last paragraph or beginning of paragraph says Candace mentioned the truck 10 days later in an interview with the Review. I just want y'all to let this sink in, because this just goes to show you that Sullivan County and Hawkins County, there's, I guess, a lot of addresses that have a Google Maps address or a 911 zoning code that differs from the Tennessee property viewer. This could be a big deal, for real. Causes a lot of confusion. I don't know what the answer is to fix it, but here's just more proof about it. And, let's just keep in mind this red truck, this at 101 Ben Hill. What's that mean? I don't know. Till next time, keep on cracking. Let's try to get to the bottom of this for Summer. God bless all y'all.